Hello lovely viewers, this is Dan Quay and I want to urge you all to watch Time with It Vape on Joif TV. The premiering of Time with It Vape comes off
Saturday 1st August 2020, exactly 5:30 p.m. Streaming live on Joif TV online, Facebook and YouTube.
I want you to join us. Call a friend to join Time with It Vape. Time with It Vape. Be financially stable.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Stories help the mind to travel miles, see places, and gain new experiences. At Joif Media, we tell your stories in the most brilliant way using state-of-the-art equipment. Our range of services include documentaries, TV commercials, TV series, movie productions, television production, photography, music videos, drone services, graphics design, and many more. Contact us on 024 760 3028 or email joifmedia@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Joif Media will deliver your desire.
5 young students from different backgrounds find themselves in one apartment and try to live together regardless of their differences. The more they tend to get closer to each other, the more they end up apart. Watch the fun, suspense, surprise, and hilarious moments these mates go through, coupled with the presence of a divalicious house cleaner in the movie Within the Apartment.
We demarcate spaces in this living room. After we all pay the same amount of rent in this house.
Christy, for God's sake, this is not a compound house. This is an apartment.
If you want me to respect you in this apartment, you've got to watch your words.
If you don't know me, go ask people for real about me. Chris, I go call you. Take your time. You been in buhe. Coffee, my shibu, my jotwe. Because you know I be a chocolate, you want to be a bookworm, eh? Yeah, that's someone I be. Christy paid me to act as if I'm dating her.
Within the Apartment.
And the manager did not tell me he placed you in charge to hold such meetings.
Someone even kidnapped Doreen and he wants me dead. Father, please, Christy! Who the hell are you? Where is my sister? Where is my sister? You two shut up! What did they worry you? What did they worry you? Because of a glamorous lifestyle, fine earrings. Though I like the earrings, though, but the officer, I've always suspected he does something else to get money.
Excuse me, young lady.
Please, sir, I'm not a lady, I'm a young man.
Okay, which social media are you on?
I use mobile money.
Regarde-moi ce gars.
What is he looking at? My chest.
You came to rent a single room self-contained and not an apartment.
We're watching football and you just came and change the channel. Can't you wait for us to finish watching so you watch whatever you want to watch?
It's total madness to see some guys cry because their ladies are dating different guys. Such ladies don't deserve your tears. Let her go.
It is not me, oh. It is Charity. She called me that Honor here is making out with someone.
Beautiful nonsense.
Within the Apartment.
Coming soon on Joif TV Online. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we are live in the studios of Joif TV from Joif Media. Viewers, you're welcome to another edition of the Father's Lounge, where we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. Charlie, how has your week been? Well, I hope you people are still following the COVID-19 protocol. Charlie, that disease, this pandemic is serious. It's out there. You know, be joke. Don't take it for granted, please. Anytime you are moving out, make sure you have your nose mask or your face shield together with your nose mask with you, and make sure that you are washing your hands under running water frequently. Hey, don't forget to carry a very portable hand sanitizer with you anytime you get a chance. Smear some on your hands and then you are good to go. All right. Well, so what have people been calling me, viewers? People are now calling me Ekua Papa. Can you imagine? As if I don't have a name. Those calling me Ekua Papa, please. My name still remains William Eswansepa Kwaprodiche, your host for the Father's Lounge, where we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. Today, we are coming your way with another mind-blowing episode. Well, last week I was giving you my labor diary. Well, I'm not done with that yet, okay? So don't think we've forgotten about it. But today, I'm so excited about the arrival of my baby girl. You know, today we want to look at grooming your child. Grooming your child. And to do that with us, I have with me a clinical psychologist. So not just any father, but a professional for that matter. He is with the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And I bet you don't have to go anywhere. So please, stick and stay. We'll be right back after this commercial break. But just before you go, this is the time I allow you to tell that friend of yours to call a sister, to tell a brother, to call a mom and say, Daddy, it's time for Father's Lounge Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Unfortunately, many people lack the basic financial education on how to manage their finance. Many cry at the third week of every month.
Many wish 2 weeks makes a month. Many wish they never attain the age 60.
How about our traders? Hand to mouth, they see money every day.
Tune into Time with Eve Babe on Joy TV on our social media handles to discuss basic financial issues. This show essentially equips you on how to be financially stable, stick to your budget, spend less than you earn, have a saving plan, contribute to a retirement plan, invest, and many more. My name is Evelyn Isel. You can call me Eve Babe. Time with Eve Babe, be financially stable. Time with Eve Babe, coming soon on Joy TV.
Stories help the mind to travel miles, see places, and gain new experiences. At Joy Media, we tell your stories in the most brilliant way using state-of-the-art equipment. Our range of services include documentaries, TV commercials, TV series, movie productions, television production, photography, music videos, drone services, graphics design, and many more. Contact us on 024-760-3028 or email joyvemedia@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Joy Media will deliver your desire.
Welcome back, viewers, from that commercial break, and you are still watching the Father's Lounge, where we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. The station is Joy TV from Joy Media, where we deliver your desire. If you are thinking of anything that has to do with radio or TV, come to Joy Media. We got your back. So today, we are talking about grooming your child. Grooming your child. Are children worth grooming, especially toddlers? You know, when they get to that stage where you think anything goes for them, or you're giving them all the attention, to what effect? So today we have in the house a clinical psychologist to help us as fathers relate very well and efficiently with our children. Our guest today is Mr. Edwin Boachi-Yadong, clinical psychologist with the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Mr. Edwin, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Well, it's been quite a while that we, spoke on these terms. I hope everything is all right. The family and work.
We are all doing very well.
And how is the situation at Kolebu now? Are we still having rising cases with the COVID-19?
So I was just going to say that, COVID is not just with Kolebu, it's global. By and large, especially in Ghana, our numbers keep rising, but it is most important that we pay particular attention to the protectives, wearing of our mask, washing our hands frequently. All of these help us. And so I think sometimes, when the media is not picking it too loud, we begin to think that
things are going
People
down.
even think COVID is no more.
I heard some people, saying that the disease doesn't exist, and so they are flouting all the protocols.
I think we should take opportunity of this and let people know. I almost want to say warn people that indeed it is real. It's happening, it's affecting people, and so you need to watch out.
Viewers, you heard it from the doctor himself. Okay, if you are thinking that COVID is not real, stay guard. All right. So let's come back to our topic. Today we are talking about grooming your child, specifically toddlers. Are toddlers worth grooming at all?
Okay, great. It's interesting to think. I would even want to ask, are they not worth grooming? A toddler basically is someone between the ages of 12 months to 36 months. A year to 3 years.
Okay.
This is when they pick up language.
Okay.
This is when they learn to walk, move from stuttering like that to walking properly, picking up how to talk and talk properly. This is the time that their cognitive abilities are developing. Not only that, their emotions are also developing around about this time. So it is absolutely important, and in fact, it is a must that we groom them right from this time, because indeed they are worthy to be groomed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in that sense, as fathers, this is the Father's Lounge, so we want to be playing significant roles in the lives of our children. So as fathers, what should we really be considering, at this stage of in the life of the child?
Well, interestingly, when a man gets a woman pregnant, the woman is carrying the man's seed.
Okay.
So the woman is technically carrying what the man has planted.
Okay.
And if the woman has been able to nurture the pregnancy from day 1 through to 9 months without your efforts, by effort I mean you're not going through this spitting, they're going through morning sickness and all. You don't go through
that
as
a man.
Wake up. Sometimes they cry at night, you don't even wake up to get to know. But then as soon as the child comes out, this is the time for you to make up for the 9 months.
Okay.
Where the mother has already taken that position.
Okay.
Immediately the baby comes out, it is a great opportunity for the father to bond. Even whilst your wife is pregnant, you could put your ear on the tummy, trying to hear the sound and all. It's a good kind of bond, but it is abstract. You don't see the baby, you don't know how the baby looks like until the baby finally comes. And so from that time that they are crying for breast milk, which is with the mother, at that point that they know only the mother and not the father, this is the time for you, the father, to get closer. So most importantly, one, you have to know who you are.
Okay.
It's like you have a person that you have brought into the world. Now this is the time for you to let the child know that you are the father.
Okay.
He belongs to you as a caretaker. God is the
giving
owner
you
of all
charge
these children, but of course we are like the caretakers. So this is the time for you to let the child know.
Okay.
So first and foremost, know who you are.
Wow, okay.
You are the father to the child. Who is a father?
Okay.
Basically, a lot of people, as long as you are able to produce sperm, you can produce a baby. It doesn't make you a father. They say anybody can make a baby, but it takes a man to raise a child.
Wow.
And so to be able to raise a child, one, you should know who you are, and then to know who that child is.
Yes. Okay.
So as toddlers, what do we expect to see in them? How do they develop? How do they grow? How do they learn? So you need to equip yourself with all of these information.
Meaning you, the father yourself, you have to do some kind of research.
Interestingly, growing up is work. Marrying is work.
It's work. That's
producing
100%.
children is work. Bringing up the children is work.
Okay.
And right now, the work that I do, I didn't just wake up to become a psychologist. I went through crèche, primary school, JHS, SHS. Then I went to the university, chose a certain professional direction.
Okay.
And then I mastered in before I could call myself a psychologist.
Okay.
So, you know, you need to learn. And of course, when you say research, you don't just, it's not just about reading. You could research by observing.
Okay.
Probably you visit a friend who has delivered or a friend who has kids when you don't have. You should take advantage of their kids and learn from
them. Okay.
Learn from how the person is treating the children, how the children are bonding or how they are behaving.
Okay.
You learn. So you research, you don't stop researching. You keep learning and learning. Yes.
I could really relate with that aspect of bonding when the children come into the world. I mean, I was fortunate enough to be with my wife during delivery, and I mean, it was an awesome experience. The portion where the child finally comes out, I could see myself, I mean, leaving the bedside to the baby cry, I mean, just staying with her. And it just occurred to me, so when the baby came, you've left the woman. So quickly, I had to just organize myself and go stand by her again. I mean, not to say that, I mean, though the excitement was there, I mean, just like you were saying, I could feel that bond that, you know, so I'm a father now. So it's not just about, you know, producing, but it now comes with some responsibility towards...
So much responsibility
and adjustments. So are there any particular things we should be doing? Aside, I mean, you mentioned, you know, research. I mean, if you can really pinpoint some activities that as men or fathers, we should be going through, you know, or we should be preparing ourselves with, you know, prior to the child coming or even when the child comes, what we should be doing.
Okay, so you are talking about preparation.
Yes.
Now, what is important is to start from the time that the child hasn't come.
Okay.
So if the mother is going to shop for the unborn baby, you shop with them.
Shop with the women. Hey, Doc, you are going to give some license to some people to give us some serious...
Permit me to give them the license, but it is important.
Anyway.
Because you see, this phase, the toddler's phase actually passes quickly.
Okay.
And then you no longer have your child as young as they were.
They were, okay.
And they are not bothering you like they used to. You probably have an assignment, you carry it over home to the house.
Okay.
They are worrying you are not able to do. You're almost offended. But that phase passes quickly.
Okay.
And they now move away from the family setting to the friend zone. At that point, they are not coming to the family as much. And so at this point, even prior to the delivery and post-delivery, you need to be involved.
Okay. Okay.
You need to be involved.
Okay.
Now, being involved doesn't only mean shopping together.
Okay.
Feeding.
Okay.
Feeding the baby.
Okay.
You see, I think that it is about time fathers should, the name of fathers should be on the lips of children.
Children, okay.
So, for example, almost every toddler cries for mommy. I think it's about time we change the
narrative over here.
It's, fortunately for me, and I'm sure we'll get to that point. In fact, all my children grew up calling and crying for daddy. And so in my neighborhood, some of them call my second girl daddy.
Oh, okay.
Because if you would hear her cry, she's calling
daddy. Wow.
And I think we should be able to do that.
Okay.
And that is dependent on the involvement.
Okay.
The child doesn't do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you
do. Okay.
And so when you are close, when you are available, then they know that someone is available, someone is here. When you go out, they miss you. When you come home, they don't want you to go.
Okay. Wow. Viewers, if you're a father out there, you should be reconsidering certain things that you are probably not aware of, or probably not doing. You should get involved with your kids, okay, or with your children. Get involved with them. You're still watching The Father's Lounge, and on this show, we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. And the station is Joyve TV from Joyve Media, where we deliver your desire. We're going for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
5 young students from different backgrounds find themselves in one apartment and try to live together regardless of their differences. The more they tend to get closer to each other, the more they end up apart. Watch the fun, suspense, surprise, and hilarious moments these mates go through, coupled with the presence of a divalicious house cleaner in the movie Within the Apartment.
We demarcate spaces in this living room. After we all pay the same amount of rent in this house.
Christy, for God's sake, this is not a compound house. This is an apartment.
If you want me to respect you in this apartment, you've got to watch your words.
If you don't know me, go ask people for me about me. Chris, I go call police. Take your time. You been in boohe. Coffee man shibu. Man jotwe. Because you know I be a chokom. You know be a bukwem. Yeah, that's someone I be. Christy paid me to act as if I'm dating her.
Within the Apartment.
And the manager did not tell me he placed you in charge to hold such meetings.
Someone even kidnapped Doreen, and he wants me dead. Father, please, Christy! Who the hell are you? Where is my sister? Where is my sister? You two shut up! What did they worry you? What did they worry you? Because of a glamorous lifestyle, my earrings, though I like the earrings, though, but the officer, I've always suspected he does something else to get money.
Excuse me, young lady.
Please, sir, I'm not a lady, I'm a young man.
Okay, which social media are you on?
I use mobile money. Regarde-moi ce gars.
What is he looking at? Ah, my chest.
You came to rent a single room self-contained and not an apartment.
We're watching football and you just came and change the channel. Can't you wait for us to finish watching so you watch whatever you want to watch?
It's total madness to see some guys cry because their ladies are dating different guys. Such ladies don't deserve your tears. Let her go.
It is not me, oh. It is Charity. She called me that Honor here is making out with someone.
Beautiful nonsense.
Within the Apartment.
Coming soon on Joif TV Online. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
And we are back from that commercial break. Viewers, you are watching The Father's Lounge, and on this show, we always inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. And the station is always Joif TV from Joif Media. Listen, if you are thinking of anything commercial that has to do with TV or radio, we got your back. If you're thinking of recording a music video, you want to do a documentary, you want to shoot a movie, you want to rent drones to cover your program, weddings, parties, birthday parties, funerals, you name it, come to Joif TV. We will deliver your desire. So you are watching The Father's Lounge, and we are back in the studio. Just before we went on break, my guest was telling us that as fathers, we should get involved in the upbringing of our children, not just observing them, but, getting close to them and being there. That bonding should be there. And he made one profound statement that we should, shop with the women. And I know the women are going to take a cue from this to, really be on our necks, that if any time they're going for shopping, they'll call us to go. But let's make this conversation even more interesting. Mr. Edwin, aside all of that, now we are looking at bonding with the children. As a psychologist, are there any practical games that fathers can engage with their toddlers or their children, to make this, very memorable? You were sharing your experience of your child calling you daddy, and that's what even neighbors know one of them for. Are there any particular or specific games that fathers can engage in with their children?
Okay, so the good thing here is children learn by playing.
Okay.
If you take your child to a crèche or a preschool and it's too much academic work, chances are that they are doing less for the development of the child.
Really?
Yes. Children learn by playing.
Okay.
And they develop their own games.
Okay.
If you leave a year-old or a year and a half-year-old child who is able to walk and run, they can just run and be happy and excited. They are learning motor skills.
Oh, okay.
And not only motor skills, coordination. And so children learn by playing.
Oh.
So for nothing at all, even if you don't know any game, you should be able to observe your child and pick games with them and from them. Now, apart from that, there are a lot of games, and I said any of these games are for their development.
Okay.
So usually when a child is doing something or a toddler is doing something that you don't like, you know it might be harmful. The moment you say, hey, stop, they get excited. They want to repeat it so that daddy will say, hey, stop. It's a game. So it's like...
that is their interpretation.
So they pick something, you know it's harmful, you take it from them, you hide it. Already you are playing hide and seek. They will climb, if you are lying on it, they will climb on you to make sure they get it. And when they get it, they want you to come for it.
Again.
So basically, children play. Naturally, God has programmed them in such a way that they will play so that they will learn their cognitive abilities and emotional abilities will all develop. Now, because of this, you don't necessarily have to have a specific football, ampe, what have you. No. That doesn't also mean you should be limited. Think broadly, think beyond the horizon. You could just pick a clean sheet. You don't force them to write 1, 2, 3. No. You could design
just scribble something.
Scribble, let's design. They will tear. Where are they tearing? Is there a particular pattern they are following? Children would want to pick anything and tear it. Just allow them tear, but teach them pattern. You see, so the instinct to tear, destroy, and make fun out of it is being programmed and coordinated because of the pattern you are creating. So you are tearing. Okay, come, we are all tearing. Let's tear this way. One. Wait. I tear one, you tear one. And by so doing, you are even teaching them group dynamics. You know, society and as they grow, already the society will teach them competition. So we shouldn't be teaching them competition. We should be teaching them to work together. So they do what you do with them, but it is your responsibility to protect their enclave. So allow them space to play, but protect their enclave. It doesn't mean if you leave a child will fall. Will cry and will go and attempt to fall again because now he's found something interesting.
Falling.
Yes. So that is for you to protect their enclave so that they do not fall, they do not harm themselves. But you do that and allow them room to explore. As you allow them room to explore, pick the cues. I think that, you know, you have a lot of people selling stuff to you. As though it will open the child's mind. I believe that, of course, they are making their money. Some of them, of course, are very interesting and educative. But I believe that just like governance starts from home, games start from home, intellect starts from home. And so it starts with the child, the creativity of the child, but through the parent being observant, vigilant, and then picking them. You know how kids grow. Now, check your newborn. It will surprise you how she will grow quickly. Sometimes you ask yourself, okay, so is it that while we were sleeping, she was getting taller, bigger? How? You see, the same way their brain, their cognitive abilities, creative abilities, all come from one point to the other without them calculating it, without you being aware. So it is important for you to be very observant and vigilant. That means that when you are playing with them, you play with interactives. Interactives could be anything. But you see, today's parent is fond of giving the child tablet to watch so that they will get time to do what they are doing.
On that note, it's even quite amazing how children of today are so intuitive. They are so drawn to these gadgets, as if by some magic or something they knew about gadgets when they were in the womb. But
interestingly, we live in a generation where now gadgets are easily available. A toddler can now control your gadget, can control your phone.
Amazing, they do.
You give them, you unlock your password. 1, 2, they pick it.
They pick it up.
That's because their brain is fluid, active, and sharp.
Okay.
And so they are able to pick, they are able to control. But that is the most important reason why we need to do it with them. So they are doing it, you are doing it with them.
Okay.
Communal. Daddy, see, how is this done? And most of the times, now let me go for in favor of men. You know, most of the times, mothers are with their children. But the children love to come to fathers. Because we play with them. Mothers put them right.
Sure.
We play with them. They are disturbing. The mother is trying to scream at them.
Keep quiet.
But then most of the times, well, maybe I'm being a little biased. But most of the times, I think that men or fathers actually do the other way around.
Okay.
And so usually, I always say, "Yetia akra, yentia akra."
Well, that's quite deep.
You correct a child. You do not yell at the child.
Okay.
And if you are playing with them, if you are connected with them, you're able to do
sign language alone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even with your eye interaction, you achieve more than, hey, stop.
Okay.
And it becomes playing. And they are picking those languages as they grow.
Wow. Yes. And it's quite amazing. We've all been through these stages, but we forget that when we see children or toddlers, exhibiting these traits, we forget that we've been through these stages. Viewers, if you are watching and you are, feeling and getting excited about the value that we are sharing, please don't forget to go into the comment section. Tell us your experience with any child in your home, in your neighborhood, and let's keep the discussion going. And that reminds me that I think that explains why there's this child at home and he just runs around the house just like that without anybody chasing him. And I think that goes to buttress the motor development skills. Running, playing in the sand and all of that. It's amazing watching them. The excitement they even find in this. So it means that when they are doing all these things, you should be watching them. You should be watching and then taking cues. If possible, join them in it.
Perfect.
And how about the aspect, we mentioned the scribbling, and you find at a particular stage, they are writing all around the house. Writing on walls, and we are not supposed to yell at them. How do we correct that kind of, that skill? Well, you see them writing on walls, on tables, where you don't expect them to be writing. How do we, channel that exercise?
Okay. So you buy a crayon in the house, you don't expect the child to not write.
Okay.
But check where they are writing. Are they writing on the walls? Okay. There must be 4 walls.
Yes.
They are writing everywhere. You could direct them gradually to stick to one particular space. Now, at that space, you could create, you could put either a plain sheet, a bigger plain sheet, or even these, the alphabets, flyers like that.
Yes.
You could get one, turn it, or use even the colorful written documents page like that.
Okay.
Paste it on that wall. Let them know this is where we write.
Okay.
Daddy, I want to write. Okay, come for crayon. Where are you going to write? Here, no. I've told you that's not where we write. Where we write, we write here. It doesn't mean that as soon as you say it, it sticks.
Okay.
Definitely, they are going to violate it. But compare a person who has redirected their writing skill, their scribbling skill to a particular wall space with someone who is just screaming. Chances are that the other part of the wall will be cleaner for the one who has been directed.
Okay.
So then they are doing what they love to do, but with direction.
They are doing what they like to do, but with direction. Viewers, you're watching the Father's Lounge, and I'm so much enjoying this discussion. I don't know about you, but if you're enjoying it too, please don't forget to hit us in the comment section, whether you're watching us via Facebook or YouTube or through Instagram. Please join us in this discussion. Let's get to know your experience too with any toddler or any child within your household or within your vicinity. The program is the Father's Lounge, and here I say we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. We're going to go for a quick commercial break. The station is Joif TV from Joif Media, where we deliver your desire. We'll be right back.
Stories help the mind to travel miles, see places, and gain new experiences. At Joif Media, we tell your stories in the most brilliant way using state-of-the-art equipment. Our range of services include documentaries, TV commercials, TV series, movie productions, television production, photography, music videos, drone services, graphics design, and many more. Contact us on 024-760-3028 or email joifmedia@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Joif Media will deliver your desire.
My name is Charles Ade Dankwa, host of Sports Auditorium. Sports Auditorium is a show that delves into the lives of those who find themselves in the sports industry to know how their journeys began, where they have gotten to, and what mark they seek to leave in the industry.
Those times when you are playing football, it's like you are covered.
If I don't play football, I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Send out the Black Stars to go and play a tournament, and they bring back money.
I'm just a sports journalist. Sports journalism, I would say, was just an accident.
The show is not only educative or informative, it also has that entertaining segment called The Bowl. Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the tallest mountain in the world?
I'll use the calculator.
Can equally get to be a part of the show on a segment called Hit the Street.
Why they keep fit?
To make me strong.
For me to get healthy.
To keep my body like this.
Sports Auditorium, coming soon on Joif TV online. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back, viewers, from that commercial break. Well, it's quite interesting that in our local parlance we say that agoni here don't know not just to full. I mean, quite too soon we are coming to the end of the show, and not until we leave, we cannot leave without having the What I Did segment, and this is where we get into the life of our guests, what they did with their children. You know, do you remember the first episode? Baby Careful. Do you remember our last two guests who used to jump in the car with his boys? Do you remember that one? Well, I guess you are asking what my guest does with his children. So let's not waste time. Let's get to him. Mr. Edwin, this is the segment we call What I Did. And because we want to inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. And I think not too far from what we are discussing. What have you been doing, or what did you do with your children?
All right, so I'm a proud father of 3 beautiful mothers to be.
Bravo.
Father to their mother.
Wow.
Oh yes. Now, let me start with my first child, who is 8 at the moment.
Okay.
I think 2 or 3 years back it was Father's Day, and at church, we had a very beautiful design set up for Father's Day celebration where daddy can go stand there, take a picture of the child. So I went with my child and we took a picture. Now I carried her, and whilst we were taking the picture, as usual, kids play. She turned and she was almost falling.
Whoa.
And out of fun, I mean, we were still having the fun. And I caught her.
Okay.
Now the picture that came with it, and I thank the photographer there.
He was able to capture that moment.
It wasn't intentional. I think it was a spirit
out of the blue.
It's so far the most beautiful picture I have.
Wow.
Anytime I see it, I'm inspired. I'm happy to be a father. Now apart from that, in fact, personally, I have very beautiful experiences with my children.
Wow.
Very beautiful experiences.
Would love to hear some.
I'm glad, fathers, you never cease to be a father. If for example, now we are adults. In the past we were kids, so we can't go back to be kids. But for fatherhood, you can never stop being a father. And I'm glad if there were times where you have to stop being a father. So I'm glad I mean father for life. And with my kids, I put them at my back with
a cloth?
Yes, with a cloth. You see, you track. And I make it a competition with my wife.
You do?
Oh yes, in fact, let it be said that I've always been doing better than my wife.
Oh. Really?
Oh yes.
That's 1 point. Oh no, that's 3 points for the men. Yes.
So I mean, talk of the home. There is nothing to be done for a child that I haven't done.
Wow.
So feeding them, putting them at my back to cuddle them to sleep. And one day, in fact one night, middle of the night, my toddler then was crying very, very hard.
Wow.
And it was the day was already occupied, so I was exhausted already. Charlie, she was at my back, crying and crying. In fact, I was walking in the room, almost dozing.
I hope you're not sleepwalking.
Actually, I was. and in my mind, I'm like,
Abba.
I feel so sleepy. My eyes, I just can't open. Then it's like I was feeling. It's like, what cry is this? Then immediately I was like, Charlie, this is a blessing. So I began singing
Okay.
You know, I was singing. It was like a mixed feeling, a painful moment. I really felt. I wish I was.
You wish you could sleep.
You know, and I don't want to. Interestingly, if this one, it wasn't like I wanted to take her from my wife so that she would sleep. The child, as usual, wouldn't just go to the mother. She wants to come to me. So I had no option. I didn't plan it.
Yes, but
no one knows, and unless I tell them. But it was a painful moment for me.
You went through.
It was like I think I was dealing with the trauma, not trauma, but let me put it in.
Okay.
At that moment, I felt like I'm too exhausted. Charlie, I'm doing my best.
And this child wouldn't just go to sleep.
And then now I have a lullaby.
Okay.
That will forever be with me. It's not a lullaby, but yes, it is.
You have turned it into you've
indeed,
coined your own.
I have so many. In fact, I have created so many songs for them. Than my wife. Once again, my wife could sing to put them to sleep. So when it comes to lullaby, I'm number one.
Whoa!
So indeed, that experience for me. If I should rank, it will be number one.
Number one.
I don't know how touching it will be for others, but for me, it was out of the blue. It was out of exhaustion. And now I'm like, okay, so I can go on to do this for them.
Well, apart from the is there any other you can sing? You can sing for the pleasure of our viewers.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I'm not good with the gun. I picked the gun from my big girl.
Don't worry,
so
don't worry.
I'm not trying that one.
Anyone that can come to mind.
Basically, I sing every song that comes to mind.
Okay.
And I make sure I modulate it to be a lullaby.
Oh, Mr. Edwin, just try one for us. My viewers are anxious.
Interesting. Anyway, pardon my voice. I mean, I'm not a
musician, don't worry.
So okay, so there is this one, baby pretty. Okay, so they sing it, baby little girl, don't cry. To me, my girl is not a little girl.
It's not a little girl.
And let me say that children, toddlers, they are not little adults.
Adults, okay.
They are not little adults.
Okay.
So I sing, baby pretty
girl, don't cry. Okay.
Baby pretty girl, don't cry. Daddy loves you. Mommy loves you. Baby pretty girl, don't cry. It's okay, it's okay.
June 2. Fathers out there, I mean, you see how Mr. Edwin has been able to coin his own song, how he's made Baby Little Girl Don't Cry. He's made it his own. So if the children should grow up listening to this, and even if they should hear the true version that we all know, because their daddy customized that song for them. So I think we should be thinking about customization. You see, anything you see out there, not necessarily having all the money to buy them everything, but you know, these little things, they really count. So fathers, we have a big task ahead of us. And well, for me, I think I'm learning. He is having his experience with carrying the children. I think I'm also beginning to learn how to cuddle my little girl to sleep. And it looks like he's found a favorite position on me. Anytime I put her on my chest, she just goes to sleep. Apart from the fact that she's hungry and she has to go breastfeed. But I think we are doing well. And kudos and congratulations to fathers who are really trying out there, doing all that you can for your children, but the world, nobody is seeing. Hey, God is watching. So just before we go off the set, we want to take the last words from our guest, Mr. Edwin Boakye-Yaadom. Your final words.
All right,
Just look into your camera and based on this topic, say some words of encouragement or something to fathers out there.
All right, so dear fathers, dear colleague fathers, we are an embodiment of the nature of God for our children. We are their protection, the expression of love. We are their heroes. It is a difficult task, but it is doable. It is possible, hard but possible. Let us make a conscious effort and tell ourselves, though difficult, we will do it. It is our responsibility to raise them. We will raise them. It is our responsibility to nurture them. We will nurture them. It is our responsibility to protect, provide, and preserve them. And we pledge to do that. We can do that with the help of God. Thank you very much.
Well, and not done yet. I wanted to look again into your camera and appreciate anybody who comes to mind, anybody who's inspired you as a father to this age.
Well, that would be
a tall list,
phenomenal man, my father.
Okay.
I tell you, I mean, my father makes being a father beautiful.
Beautiful, wow.
And like you said, the list is tall.
It's tall.
Because I come from a background where I have been raised by so many father figures.
Okay.
And fortunately for me, even growing up as a child, most of my friends had been the elderly. So I was brought up by responsible father figures. And to all of you, especially Amansia Adesheko Ekubuachi, I salute you. Thank you very much for bringing the father in me. Thank you.
Mr. Kweku Boakye, right? Well, you heard that from your son. Now, Dr. Edwin Boakye-Yaadom. Kudos to you and congratulations. God bless you so much wherever you are. Viewers, I told you, all too soon we're coming to the end of the show for today, and our guest today has been Mr. Edwin Boakye-Yaadom, a clinical psychologist with the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. I hope you have enjoyed the show today. So fathers out there, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, please get involved with your children. Don't allow the mothers to be having all the fun. Well, I can say for sure for now, for myself, it's quite interesting to be handling these beings, you know. They are really special, tiny, but There's this feeling that you can't really express or even talk about. So, until we come your way same time next week, you have been watching the Father's Lounge, where we inspire men onto responsible fatherhood. And the station has been Joyif TV from Joyif Media. Once again, if you are thinking of anything radio or television, please come to Joyif Media. We got your back and we will deliver your desire. If you're thinking of recording any music video, you want to rent cameras for your program, you want to rent drones to cover your event, be it birthday party, weddings, funerals, you name it. We got the equipment to deliver that desire that you've been expecting. The program has been the Father's Lounge until we come your way same time next week, 5:30 p.m. on Joyif TV. It's been me, your host, William Esansepa Kwapro Deshe Kotin Intehwa. Until then, it's bye.